Hey, what's good, guys? Your boy CG.
It's your boy Bernard Bars.
Welcome back to the Backroom. Let's have a real conversation. Now, let's take it back kind of to the beginning.
Okay.
Will Smith.
Oh my goodness.
And the Oscar slap.
Looking at the whole situation, for me as a man, like I know people are saying, well, he was taking up for his wife, he was whatever like that. Us as real men, we handle things differently. You can never control what somebody says.
Nope.
What somebody does. But the one thing that I always learned was I can control how I react.
Right.
Right? Any little thing that happened. So you also, if you are my backbone, and like I said, it may be something that like, hey, he even said it. He was in the fog.
Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to be able to see that. She was supposed to,
right.
And that's just being honest.
She's supposed to be the one person in tune in this world, in tune with him.
To be able to see that and say, hey, listen, I understand that you're mad, but if you do this, I'm already 3-4 steps.
Right.
This is what's gonna happen.
I can see the detriment to our family.
I can already see everything to this. And a lot of times, like I said, you know, a lot of these internet trolls, what I call them, it's like when they're like, well, he did this, he protected his woman, he such and such this. Like, some women, like you're saying that based off the woman side of it.
Right.
Because he did that for his woman, but you're not seeing the train wreck that it did to Will, as well as Chris Rock, because there's always two sides. Right. We can say, hey, about all this about Chris Rock if we want to, but he has a family, he has kids, he has a brother, he has a mother. Right. So they're looking at it as well, like, wow, like it was just a joke. It was just, you know, so those are situations that I think a lot of people have to think of. Like, I know we always feel like somebody disrespect us, we have to react or retaliate, but sometimes it's not always the way.
And you know, but see, look at the support, what happened after that.
Right.
Because Chris Rock handled these situations with some class, he actually saved the Oscars.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Sold out immediately after that. What did Will Smith have to do? He had to be a hermit crab. He had to go back to the cave and go through all these extraordinary things just to come and give a half-ass shitty apology that still only didn't even answer any questions. It actually created more questions. So who's in control?
Exactly, man. I'm telling you, man, that's something that, like I said, he can only answer that. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, their situation, that's the reason why, like I said, even when you was like, we're gonna talk about this, I'm like, I'm already tired of talking about it, because we've seen it so much. From the red table to this other table, I'm sick of it. Like, to me, and
then, you know, I mean, obviously, I hate to bring this up, but it's something that it has to be brought up, because Jada is really, I'm sorry to say, she's kind of a
what do you want to say? Just say it, man. Just
she's
say
like
it.
A parasite to the relationship.
Okay.
The whole Tupac, you got the whole Tupac situation that is forever gonna go on because Tupac is no longer alive. So this is just a thought that's just, it's just always gonna go on, because every time Tupac is mentioned, it's gonna be Jada. Now, you not only got the Tupac situation, this man, you know, dead and gone.
Right.
You got his daughter involved with it, writing letters to Tupac.
Oh man, do not. No.
And then on top of that, you got the August Alsina situation.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
So it's so much, bro. Their relationship is a pressure cooker. Guess what? Guess who actually, you know, the pressure built up on? Because guess how was Jada? What was Jada's whole composition with all of this going on?
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She is just like doing whatever she want to do.
It's pretty much, like I said, man, it's one of those situations like, and this is the reason why I don't check the internet every day.
Right.
I kind of stay in my lane because it's kind of upsetting as well, because I've seen men die over things like this. And what I mean by that is because you want to look like the big man in front of the girl or so, or your woman, that you go off and do something reckless. But you don't know how that person is going to respond. Like, even if we looked at Chris Rock in the situation, what if he didn't handle it with in the class?
Oh, that'd have been a whole different.
It was a different situation.
Now, okay, so because Chris Rock did more than save the Oscars.
Yeah.
He saved black culture.
Of course, man.
And that's the thing. So we're not looking at it now as, two black men or whatever like that. People try to say that.
Yeah.
But had Chris Rock said, you know what? Hey, you're not finna do this, and just said, F the Oscars and all this stuff, and just like, hey, I'm finna handle my business right here on stage. Don't care how much they paying me.
Yeah.
But
he
handled it with class. He saved more than what people are giving him credit for.
That would have been,
what I'm saying?
That would have been an embarrassment.
That would have been horrible.
That would have been horrible.
Now it would have like they would have both looked equally bad.
Equally bad, man. And
you know what I'm saying?
And it's like I said, man. It's one of those situations where, like, only thing that can heal that is time. You know, like Chris Rock is gonna speak when he wanna speak.
And what did we say in part one of this, right? What was the one thing you said in part one? The most dangerous man is the man who controls his emotions. Chris Rock ain't, he making fun of the situation.
He don't have to
he
say,
being silent to will, right?
He does not have to say one word.
But guess what?
Right.
What does that do to Will?
He's antsy.
He destroying.
He has to talk.
Guess what? He already said that him and Tony Rock, Will said that him and Tony Rock was like good friends and stuff before all this stuff. By them not communicating with him,
right,
and by them not coming trying to be like, well, we gonna resolve this, like, man, we gotta get back to the way we was, cause they not in high school mentality.
No.
They in the real world.
Yeah.
Now check this now. By all of this alienation, everybody separating from some of the closest people to him probably ain't really, hey, you too hot.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Chris Rock is slapping Will Smith every day.
Of course. That's a great analogy. Because you truthful. Like, because Chris Rock he's with Dave Chappelle, he's with Kevin Hart. It's
right.
Like it's almost like, in a way, like they're choosing sides to kind of be with Chris Rock. And Chris Rock is in a way, like, you know.
Will can't come out to the public like this.
You know.
You already know, if Will came out to the public, he ain't gonna be able to sit behind it. See, he can sit behind the camera. There's nobody booing him. There's nobody that's actually interacting with the situation.
Yeah.
He's reading. He chose certain questions to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's what he spoke about. He had nobody in that situation interacting with him.
And just like you just said, like, and like we were saying, like, who's in control? And in this situation, like Chris Rock, because by him controlling his emotions, he's controlling the situation.
Right.
He's controlling the atmosphere around him. He basically said just like this. And back to another episode that we did, Raw and Up Front. He was really direct. He said, I'm not gonna speak on this right now. I'll talk when I'm ready.
Cause that was it. Let's just say, it's like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock gave him a golden ticket for the rest of his life. Yeah. Because as long as Chris Rock does not say anything to Will Smith, it could be 10 years from now.
And then they gotta do like what the ESPN like documentary on the slap at the Oscars.
Right.
Like, it's gonna be a big thing of what happened.
And so the thing is that as long as Chris Rock doesn't try to come in and resolve the situation, he is going to excel and excel and excel, because we're going to see it like, well, he is he is being so classy about this. He's not. He said, you know what, Will? We're no longer friends. I'm going on my way. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Right? Now, as soon as Chris Rock comes around and says, hey, Will, let's settle this. We're gonna get on camera. Hey, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a comedian. I do what I do, but maybe that was a little bit out of line. I wish we could have handled it different. Now we're gonna look at it in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be mad no more.
No.
But then it's like, well, Chris, you going back to disappearing because we ain't seen you in a while except when it hit the Oscars, you know?
But see, the funny thing, like I said, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, like, man, social media, man, is one of the places that, like, you see, like, when that slap happened for me.
Bro, lie.
Exactly. When that slap happened for me, I think it just showed me a lot of the toxic people. A lot of the toxic people are like, oh, well, he did this to protect his wife or such and such. Like, he wasn't shooting Jada. He didn't have a pistol to Jada's head telling, like, hey, Will, if you don't come save her. Like, to me, that's saving.
And you know, I think it kind of antagonized the situation a little bit by Chris Rock standing on the joke. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one right there.
Yeah.
Now, that may have been some kind of passive aggressiveness. We don't know.
True.
But the thing is that, you know, all in all, like, we saying who's in control, but we know that we should be in control of ourselves at the end of the day.
I agree, man. And not just feeling like, hey, you know, I understand we have to protect our women, but at the same time, we have to also be in control of that situation.
Right.
And control that emotion. And it's one thing that I do want to say about the situation.
All right.
That, like you said, who's in control? I feel like I could be Will Smith's publicist. I feel like, I feel like I can control the situation.
Look, the next thing you're gonna say, look, Chris Rock and Will Smith should be in Bad Boys 4 or something like that. Like,
see, hear me out. Hear me out, right? Okay, they are shooting Bad Boys 4, right? That allegedly, I don't know. I don't want to mess up anything, no deals or whatever. But
hold on.
They're gonna shoot it. They're gonna shoot it.
Okay, they're shooting that. But from what I seen today,
what did you see today? Because I
Will Smith has got $36 million to do a movie. That ain't Bad Boys 4. So even in the heat of this, he's gonna
get money.
It didn't do anything.
He's Will fucking Smith.
I'm gonna tell you though, right?
What?
I think what it is though, it's kind of one of those things that, like, as long as they don't resolve the situation, there's always gonna be like, okay, what's he gonna say this time?
Of course.
Oh, what's he gonna do in the movie? Is he gonna do something that kind of, like, you know, pays the mode to that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. As a publicist, listen, get Chris Rock, whatever movie, get him in Bad Boys 4. This is me, right? They can have any little situation that goes on. Right. Just hear me out. Maybe, you know, Mike Larry or something is arresting somebody that, you know, Chris Rock is playing a character. All of a sudden, Chris Rock, you know, like, whatever happens, Chris Rock he gets away from Mike Larry, slap him, it says, and look,
Mike Larry just can't slap Chris Rock.
No. Listen, Chris Rock in the movie slaps Will and just look at the camera like, for some reason, I feel you deserve that. Look, that's how Chris Rock. Problem solved. Look, that's your trailer. So
I think that right there, if that was how they resolved it and just never really spoke in the public on it, I think that movie would make so much money because people want to see that one scene.
Listen,
y'all can make a lot of money off of that. We tell you, like, he came up with it, but we telling you right now, that's something right there. If you do it right, you can make a lot of money off of that.
Listen, I want them to know it happened. I came up with the whole thing on the Backroom. It was right here.
Bars, the Backroom.
The Backroom. I just saw
who's in control.
Who's in control? I just solved the whole problem.
Right. Boom. Right there.
That's the end of the whole drama. I solved the whole problem. And Will, if you need a new publicist, you're looking for somebody to be in control, I'm right here, brother.
There you go.
So, hey.
Hey, this is the Backroom, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I hope y'all enjoyed this. This is actually our first two-parter right here.
Two-parter,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
So, but, hey, we got a lot of good stuff coming up, man. We got some major stuff coming up.
A lot of major
You know what I'm
stuff,
saying? So, but it's your boy CG.
This your boy Bernard Bars.
And we out.